I'm Silvio Caputo, lecturer from the School of Architecture, Portsmouth. I'm representing Group 2 from a design perspective. So we looked at the policies in the UK promoting urban agriculture and the gaps in these policies, and we went through a series of issues that are debated in policies or embedded in policies. So this would be let me find it. Yes, the green belt, the urban biodiversity, and the compact city. So we know that the green belt is part of the debate for London and for all the other UK cities, and the green belt somehow protects the expansion of a city that is more and more compact. In fact, one of the drivers for sustainable cities or models for sustainable cities is the compact city, and that is recognized at the EU level. But a compact city is also a downside. It does not have much green spaces, so there is this tension between the sustainability of a compact city and the implementation of a rich green infrastructure. So policies in the UK have compact cities, green belt, and meaningful urban spaces embedded in them, but gaps in these policies are at the same time meaningful urban spaces, because there's no clear policy that establishes how to utilize urban spaces, residual urban spaces. There's no metropolitan integrated policy for agricultural land and green infrastructure within cities, meaning that agricultural land outside is perceived as land that can produce food, productive, but in the land, allotment gardens or community gardens are not perceived as, from that perspective, from food production. So connecting within a metropolitan planning system for green infrastructure, these two dimensions could be quite interesting, and this is a gap that we think is in the UK policies. There's underused spaces, and the regeneration effect that the use of underused spaces can trigger is not embedded in policy, is not regarded as a priority in policy. And then there's a contradiction with the localization policies within the UK. They are promoted, they are embedded in policy, but effectively they don't empower local communities. Local communities do not have decisional power. There are all sorts of obstacles, procedural obstacles, economic obstacles, and cultural as well, that prevent this to happen. So this is at the UK level. At a European, cross-European level, we've identified drivers for the implementation of EU urban agriculture policies as health and well-being as one of the main recognized benefits across Europe. The role of urban agriculture in ecosystem services. We also have identified a number of factors, who can help me here? So that are preventing the diffusion of urban agriculture. So there's a lack of evidence and models that people can understand and relate to. People do not understand what a city with a productive continuous landscape could look like. So that could somehow discourage people from embracing urban agriculture as a part of the urban environment. There is lack of information. So there are cities like Sarajevo that, because of war, because of economic collapse and conditions, have transformed radically the city into big urban agricultural experiments. So that knowledge would encourage people to embrace urban agriculture. And as research questions, cross-cutting research questions that may be interesting at a European level, we've got these keywords: waste, urban metabolism, education, food invisibility, and lack of models evidence. Some of them connect with the issues discussed before, and some of them don't, but they are all, we think, quite relevant.